everyone and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog on the SEGA Mega Drive. I'm the Sheep and Dana. Today we're going to be taking on Springyard Zone. The Springyard Zone is exactly what it says on the tin. There's a lot of springs, it's a yard, and it's got a lot of goodies around if you look around. This is one of the more actual catchy beats of the game, which is impressive considering almost every song is catchy. Actually, I'll go as far as to say as every song is catchy. Anyway, watch out for those badniks, but that's the name of the enemies, by the way, badniks. Because they can quite easily off-screen you like that when you're going through these block puzzles. Well, it's not really a puzzle, I guess. It's more of a block. What's the term? Oh god, Robot Sonic. Now those little robot chicken things, they will roll about like Sonic, and they are horrible badniks to take care of because they will chase you down, they will spin into you. Now Sonic knows exactly how it feels. Wow! Anyways, just keep moving on throughout the stage. It's got a lot of platforming kind of at the top or ends of the levels, and one thing about this series that you will probably know is that if you take the higher routes of a level in a series, it's usually a lot quicker to bypass, but it's harder to stay on the high routes. So basically, if you want to go fast, as every Sonic player obviously does, you're going to want to stay on the high route of the level. Now the lower route is a lot easier normally, but it's a lot slower to traverse. And that seems to be the trend of things. Some games they change that up, and some games they don't even have multiple routes, so there's that. But I'm getting ahead of myself with all that now. Anyway, we want to be careful of those spike balls, because those spike balls will hurt, and these crab meat things will actually start shooting little pellets at you whenever they start moving, so watch out for that. Now those little spiky thingamajiggers that just hit me, little gits, basically you can't jump on them. You have to spin them or jump from underneath in order to take care of them, because they're very, very frustrating to take care of. And as a whole, this is actually not that bad a level, but it is where the game's difficulty is slowly ramping up. The next level after this, though, however, is where things are gonna go a bit nuts, if I remember correctly. Actually, wait, I think the next level is Labyrinth Zone. Basically, Labyrinth Zone is the level that sticks in everyone's mind when they first play this game. Why? Because I can guarantee your first time playing, you're gonna be stuck on that zone. That was a weird voice. Well, not so much on your first time playing you'll be stuck in that zone, but basically, it's a hard zone. And the final two, the zone after Labyrinth is actually significantly easier than Labyrinth, so I don't know. It's quite weird in that regard. Anyway, be careful of these spike balls by here. You can do your momentum thing and just run around them, but I wouldn't advise that because they go way too slow. You'll just run into the back of the ball in front of you, and obviously it has spikes. In true Mega Man logic, if you touch the spikes, you're gonna get hurt. Although, fortunately, unlike Mega Man, you don't die in one hit if you touch spikes. Unless, of course, there's multiple rows of spikes, because this game has something known as a spike glitch, where spikes ignore invincibility frames. Now, invincibility frames, for those of you who don't know, are actually little frames of animation that happen when you get hit. That'll make sure that you don't get hit a second time for a few seconds. And I usually abuse them quite a bit, and they are very useful. But the thing is, the only thing that ignores them are spikes. If you jump on a spike while you have invincibility frames, you're gonna die. And if you hit a spike and then bounce back onto another spike, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead as a dodo, I guess. Well, yeah, that would make sense because dodos aren't around anymore. So yeah, you're dead as a dodo. Now there's a character I don't see in a mascot platformers. Dodos. I would buy the hell out of that. Dodo the Masquerade or something like that. I would pay for that game. Sega, get on it. Nintendo, get on it. Bloody Konami, I don't give a monkey's who's making the game. Just get on it, I need a game like that. Anyway, this is the first time I've ever made it up to this route, so basically if you jump at the very right time on a final ramp where you can boost up and get up to this route, which will lead to the secret It's not really a secret. It leads to the alternate end exit of Spring Yard Zone 2. Alright. Special Stage 4. It's time to do this. Now, special stages in every Sonic game will change up. I mean, they don't stay like this maze sort of thing. They will change the special stages in every game. And one special stage type that you will probably see will be the half, a half tube. Kind of like you see in, Kind of like you see in most skate parks, half pipes. Now, what's a big deal about that? Half pipe, ooh. Well, for one thing, I'm getting stuck on this bloody reversal button. Now, that reversal button is a pain because it will actually reverse the level, so be careful of that. Anyway, basically what the big deal with, half pipes is... Ew, that was close. Basically, the Sonic franchise loves the half pipes, which means you're going to see a lot of them as time goes on throughout this series, because they're the special stage choice. Everyone loves them, at least, and yeah, as time goes on, you're going to see quite a few of them, starting with Sonic 2, where they were first introduced. Anyway, there's the next Chaos Emerald. Wow! See, and people thought I wasn't gonna get many of them. I caught at least 3. I can be proud enough to say that. It's probably something not to be too proud about, but 3 Chaos Emeralds are 3 Chaos Emeralds. Not like they do anything in this game. Just means I got 3 more to go. Fortunately, the game gives you plenty of time to actually collect all 6. Because obviously there's plenty of levels to get them in, so... there's that. So, if you don't get a Chaos Emerald your first try, don't fret. You have more than enough tries to get them. Unless you can't get the 50 rings by the end of the levels, then in that case, good luck. Good luck. That's all I can say. Anyway, this puzzle by your block pushing, you need to be very careful because you can actually get crushed quite easily if you move too fast. And I think it's either this one or that one. This one or a later one I usually get crushed by because I always get a bit impatient. I mean, this is a game based around gotta go fast. So, when you gotta go at a moderate pace, it kind of throws you off a little bit. I'm just saying. But anyway, we're heading onwards. We've got a little bit more pushing, puzzly platforming to do. And we'll be taking on the boss fairly shortly as well, actually. Because the boss fight in this world is, it's not too far away. Now, this level's boss fight is actually not that difficult, to be perfectly honest. So, we should be able to get through it just easily. Die, you Bannock scum. Wow! You can't diss my supersonic speed. Yeah! Ooh, secret passage. I didn't know that was there. Alright, so if you go into that wall, it's a secret passage. Now, what this thing is with those sparkles surrounding my body, causing glitching everywhere on the screen, these are invincibility stars. Basically, when you get an invincibility power-up inside one of the computer monitors you can pick up, you'll get invincibility for a certain amount of period of time. You will have this amazing, amazing invincibility jingle, and, yeah, nothing can touch you, because you're invincible, and no one can touch you. I'm invincible, and you can't touch me. Wow! Anyway, just keep moving on. We're getting pretty close to the end, I think, of the level. Although, I'm not a big fan of these blocks that move up and down like this, though, these elevator blocks, because they are a real mood killer. They take so long to do what you want. Although it's even more annoying, it drops you off at a point on top of a hill. Where gaining momentum on a hill is very awkward job to do in the original Sonic. It's not so bad as Sonic 2 and onwards, because you actually gain a new special move that I'm going to go a bit more into when we actually tackle Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Which won't be for a while after this game, because this game is basically my simple, I'm starting to LP on this channel sort of game. It's an easy game I can go to and sort of just talk mindlessly. Anyway, this boss fight, you basically need to be careful of Eggman in this boss fight, because what he's going to do is he's going to move from left to right of the screen and try and stab you. When he tries to stab you, what you need to do is actually boop him underneath, because otherwise you could have some issues here, you see. So, be very careful. He will take care of the platforms as time goes on, and that's my first death of the game. Fair enough, I'm going to cut ahead to when I actually beat him. So rinse and repeat the same tactic I was showing you until he died. And we're back. There we go, there's Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik destroyed. And with that, we're going to finish off this level and head on to the very next stage of the game. Oh, yes! I hope it's not the stage I'm thinking of. I really do. So anyway, that's Springyard Zone. Very average level. This is where the difficulty ramped up a slight bit, so it can give some people a bit of trouble. Oh no, it is this level. Oh Christ. Welcome to Labyrinth Zone, ladies and gentlemen. The bane of my childhood. I hate this level. Now what this is a water level, which will slow you down dramatically. And in a game about speed, that equals frustration. And you also need to find bubbles. Now, these little spike balls and chains will be popping up everywhere throughout this level. This level is pretty much... It's called Labyrinth, so, but it's still pretty straightforward. You just need to really continue going right. But the thing is, you'll have a drowning mechanics. And now, whenever you see bubbles across the floor, seabed, wait for a gigantic bubble to come up, and then you'll need to use awesome breathing skills, because that's a skill. That's something on my CV. I can breathe. Please employ me. Basically, what you do is you have to grab hold of a gigantic air bubble. Oh god, don't die. Oh, thank God for that. You need to grab hold of a gigantic air bubble that'll appear. Now, there is a shortcut in this stage to skip through the entire thing, but I didn't show it off. Because it's weird. Basically, it's really difficult to actually do a certain shortcut that I'm not going to do because of the fact it's so difficult. Which will allow you to skip the entirety of the first act. Now, the Act 1 of Labyrinth isn't too bad, so I'm not going to really bother skipping it. It's Act 3 where I normally die, just because of the way the boss fight is handled. But I'll get into that when we get into that. Now, as you can guess, all your movement is slowed down, so your jumping will be a lot more sluggish. Your running speed is none. It's none. You have no running speed. And for a game based around momentum and speed, it means this level is really out of place and very horrible. But it has very catchy music as well, so that's something, I guess. Although those bandits there that just booped me on the head, those are called BaaaaAAAAHHhh. They are evil creatures. Not evil Koopa wizards, they are just evil creatures. What those BaaaaAAAAHhhh will do, they will hide in the ground until you come by, and then boop out of the ground and stab you. Now, they sound terrifying, but trust me, they're not too bad. I just don't like them because I don't pay attention. You'll know if a BaaaaAAAAHhhh is nearby because of, basically what will happen is you'll see a tiny little nose pop out of the ground, and what you're meant to do is actually use the nose to get by. Now, push the switch to open the doorway, which will lead you through you, and hold down the left button. If you don't hold down left, but there, chances are you may go straight into those spikes and clip the very bottom, which will stab you. And although some people like the stabby, I'm pretty sure nobody likes the stabby being stabbed into them. Anyway, just need to be careful by here, because this section by here is a bit finicky. Now, this is a little platforming section that will throw people off the first time because you need to be quick. And when you have no speed, being quick is kind of difficult, you know? So, just be too careful. Just be a bit careful about that. I'm getting a bit slow down here, actually. Anyway, push the switch up by here. You will need to jump up the sides to actually push the switch. And, another feature I haven't actually mentioned, which isn't as prevalent in sequels as it is in this one, you can actually hold down or up to actually move the camera to look in certain directions. It is very useful, especially in this zone. It's not so useful in sequels, so it's kind of no wonder they got rid of it, but in this, well, they're still in the sequels, but they're a bit slower to activate. So, yeah, if you don't know what's below you, be sure to press down and wait for the screen to scroll down. Unless, of course, you're at the bottom of the screen. In that case, good luck. My rings! My precious rings! Oh, no! Oh, thank God, the game's been kind to me. They're giving me a bit of air. Not for long, though. Now, by here is the little section where you need to jump on this cork. Yeah, this is a cork, by the way. The The water will obviously increase, you know, it'll push the cork up. Now, what's so big about that? Well, you can't progress without the cork being put up, because the cork is like a platform boat, you see? Now, those things up there with the spike balls, they are known as orbinauts. Oh, God, the memories of those things. Basically, they are horrible things because they were... those orbinauts will actually throw spike balls at you. They would slowly edge towards you and overall be a bit of a pain. They can kill you quite easily. But I digress. Let's just continue moving onwards. Be careful, because I think the water can come down and up. When the water comes up and down, be careful not to get crushed by the corks, because it's possible. Death by cork. Oh, that's something I haven't heard for a while. Although it's not in the way you'd think. Like most people think, oh, cork from a wine bottle. The wine bottle will pop and it'll be all like boom and it'll knock you out in the head. Give you like some sort of severe concussion or something. But nope. It'll just basically crush you and you'll die. It's as simple as. Anyway, that's the end of Labyrinth Zone Act 1. Labyrinth Zone is the longest series of levels in the entire game. So I might take a little bit of break after I reach Act 3. Not that it matters to you guys because you're seeing these sequentially anyway. But anyway. Head on to Labyrinth Zone Act 2. So, welcome back. Now, this Labyrinth Zone Act 2, I think it's this one, begins with a little slide section. Now, this slide doesn't last forever. There is a slide later on. I don't know if it's in this act or if it's in Act 3. I'm pretty sure it's in Act 3 that will last forever. Which means you need to be very careful collecting that, no, not so much collecting. You need to just simply be careful going down the slide, and you need to learn when to jump. It's very easy to figure it out, but, you know, if you're a wee young lad playing this game on your Mega Drive for the very first time, it will frustrate you, causing you to throw a controller at the window screen. Window screen. TVs are now windows, duly noted. They're windows into another world. That sounds like an amazing advertising slogan. I'm pretty sure Oculus Rift actually might do that one day for a slogan. It's like, behold, the next generation of virtual reality. Oh god, speaking of which, I'm getting dragged through the currents. These are not some current events I'm aware of. Get it? Current events? Oh, kill me. Anyway, let's just continue onwards. Grab hold of the spring to boost your way up to here. Now, hit this particular item box because there's a switch. That switch will open up the doorway to the next area. You need to hit that switch to continue. So if you're doing a no ring run, which, God forbid, why would you do a no ring run? You can't do a no ring run in this level. You have to hit that one box. So in other words, it's impossible to do a no ring run. Now, one thing I will say is, when you get invincibility, even though you become a juggernaut, and you can pretty much destroy everything, wait by here. Because one thing you'll forget about with your invincibility, like I usually do, chances are, is you'll forget you still can't breathe underwater. So you're still likely to drown, and if you don't want to drown, do you? No one wants to drown. Unless you're that kind of masochist person, you know, that wants to die, but I highly doubt that. Anyway, lots more rings, a lot more stuff. Let's just grab ourselves another bubble, just to be safe. You can't be too safe in this level. Drowning is your only major... Drowning is basically the only real thing to be scared of in this stage, but... as you will probably guess, it's also the most it's very easy to drown, because you quite easily forget about the bubbles, and you'll act all like that guy, that one fish from Finding Nemo's, oh, the bubbles, gotta get the bubbles, bubbles. And then the time limit goes, and you'll die. Which brings me on to another thing, actually. There's a drowning music that plays when you actually go through this level. And it has haunted many a childhoods. Many a childhoods, including mine. The drowning music is scary stuff. If you hear the drowning music, you think Freddy's gonna come and get you. I mean, that's seriously, it's freaky music. It's like dun 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 dun, and it'll slowly build up tempo up until you die, which is, well, it's very unsettling. Anyway, jump off where I'm jumping off by here in order to get hold of the switch, which will allow you to jump into the next area of the level. Otherwise, the slide will continue infinitely. So just jump over here. Be careful not to clip into the sides of that slope, because otherwise you start sliding down again, and you don't want to do that, do you? What's this switch do? I think that switch opens up an alternate path you can take. Or, yeah, it does. It goes down here. Now, one of the big things about the classic Sonic series that actually have kind of been lost recently in the newer games are the fact that the game promotes exploration a lot. I mean, you can explore and find new and newer tracks to go to. The newer games is less relevant, although if you do explore, you can find faster ways through the level, but it's not so recommended to do in the newer games as the old ones. I don't know if it's because it's got a much more bigger emphasis on speed in the newer games than these, because these are, at heart, these are just platformers with a lot of momentum. That's all they are at heart. And I think it works best as a platformer with a lot of speed-based momentum, because otherwise it just works better, I think. But I think everyone's heard the age-old rant about majority of Sonic fans going, physics, especially with all the Sonic 4 debacle. And I like that game, for God's sake. Seriously, I do like Sonic 4. It shocks people when I say it for some reason. I don't know why. It's not a bad game. It's just not a good classic Sonic game, that's all. Which is kind of bad considering it wants to be a good classic Sonic game, but to each your own, I guess. Invincibility, you can't touch me. Now, when you're invincible, you can't actually get killed by the spikes, so that's something to be thankful for, but be careful. Be very careful. It's still likely you can kill yourself. And, like, I'm kind of on edge going by here, but we want to push that switch to continue onwards with the level. I'm going to run low on air now pretty soon. There is no indicator on how much air you have left, apart from the fact the music will play, like that music that went to play as I grabbed the bubble there. Anyways, just continue moving onwards. It's not too far into this level. We're almost done. Although the boss fight of the stage is extremely, extremely tricky. In the fact, if I remember correctly, you don't even need to hit the boss of the stage, because the boss fight is basically a chase sequence, and you need to make sure you don't die. The boss is not dying, and just not dying alone is difficult enough. Oh well, let's just continue moving onwards. Yeah, slowed. Thing is about these water levels is they seem a lot more sluggish as well than normal levels. Not only because they're underwater, but because for some reason something in this game slows down. I don't know if it's just the European cartridge of this game, the one I got, or what, but the game does get really, really, really sluggish as time goes on. Anyway, just wait for these spike ball and chains. Timing puzzles in an ice speed-based platformer? Say it ain't so! Uh-oh. Give me bubbles. I need bubbles. This is the music I was telling you about, but fortunately we got out of water just fine anyway. I hate that music. It makes me panicky. It's like, it's not a simple, I gotta find a bubble before I die sort of thing. No. It's, I gotta find a freaking bubble. I need it now! Now! Bubbles! It's like a drug or something. Bubbles! I need my fix, man. I need to get my bubbles, man. Oh, yeah. Jesus. I just got a picture of Sonic now. Wow, man. I gotta get my bubbles. Wow. No way, man. I need them. But anyway, by here you need to try and run as fast as you can up this little tower here. The actual tower... The tower of water itself won't start moving until you start moving to the right. So you are safe temporarily from getting annihilated by the water. But as we go on up, as time goes on, we're going to reach this section by here with Eggman. Now what you want to do is not kill him. Yes, I'm serious, you don't want to kill him. Focusing on attacking him will be your death in this particular stage. What you want to do is simply survive. Something I failed to do right there, which means I'm pretty much dead now. I'm guaranteed to die now. But basically what you want to do is make it to the very top of the tower without drowning. That's it. That's the challenge. And touching any of these spikes. Now these spikes have a massive hitbox, which means chances are you're going to hit them, but I might actually be able to make it if I'm lucky enough. I just need to be careful of fireballs. Uh oh. Oh, damn it! Oh, so I made it. And with that, we've done it. Oh my god, that was so tricky. I hate that section so much. But with that, we have taken care of Eggman, I guess, in this stage. And with that, that is Labyrinth Zone completed. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, appreciate a like or comment to the video. And be sure to not be sheepish, people. I'll catch you all next time. Bye!